If you are over 60 and you drink plain water every single day, thinking you are doing the right thing for your health, I need you to stop and watch this right now. Because what I am about to share with you is something most doctors never bring up during your annual checkup, not because they don't know, but because nobody ever connected the dots the way new research is now forcing us to. There is a quiet, invisible problem happening inside the bodies of millions of people over 60, and plain water, the very thing you have been told is the foundation of good health, may actually be making it worse, not better, worse. Your cells are becoming increasingly unable to absorb the water you drink. That means every glass of plain water you swallow may be passing right through your body without doing what it is supposed to do. And the result? Persistent fatigue that sleep cannot fix, legs that feel heavy by midday, a brain that feels foggy before noon, joints that ache even on good days, digestion that has slowed to a crawl, and a heart that has to work harder than it should. If any of that sounds familiar, this is not about getting older. This is about something specific happening inside your body that can be addressed once you understand exactly what is going wrong and why plain water alone is no longer enough after the age of 60. Here is something researchers began quietly documenting over a decade ago, and it changes everything you thought you knew about hydration. The human body does not absorb water the same way at 65 as it did at 35. This is not opinion. This is measurable, documented cellular biology. As you age, the protein channels inside your cells, microscopic structures called aquaporins, begin to decline in both number and efficiency. These channels are essentially the doorways through which water enters your cells. Without them functioning properly, water cannot get into the cells where it is needed most. It remains in circulation, processed quickly by the kidneys, and expelled as urine before it can do any meaningful work. At the same time, your body's thirst signal weakens. Studies published in journals of gerontology have confirmed that adults over 60 often experience a blunted thirst response, meaning you can be significantly dehydrated before your body even alerts you to drink. And here's where it becomes critical. A dehydration level as low as 1 to 2% of your body weight, an amount so small you would never notice it, has been shown in clinical research to impair cognitive function, reduce cardiovascular efficiency, slow digestion, and decrease muscle strength. Plain water, consumed without the right supporting elements, moves through your aging body too fast and too inefficiently to prevent any of this. That is the hidden crisis nobody is talking about. So, what does the body actually need that plain water cannot provide on its own after age 60? This is where the science becomes both simple and extraordinary at the same time. Your cells do not absorb water through water pressure alone. They absorb it through a process called osmosis, and osmosis requires the presence of specific minerals, known as electrolytes, to create the right concentration gradient that pulls water across the cell membrane and keeps it there. The four most critical electrolytes for cellular hydration in older adults are sodium, potassium, magnesium, and a trace mineral called silica. Most people over 60 are chronically low in at least two of these, and most have no idea. Let's start with sodium. Every cell in your body uses sodium to regulate fluid balance. Without adequate sodium, water cannot move efficiently into your cells. Now, this does not mean you need to pour salt on everything you eat. The type of sodium matters enormously. Refined table salt, which is stripped of its natural mineral companions, behaves very differently in the body compared to unrefined mineral-rich salt, which carries over 80 trace minerals that work synergistically to guide water where it belongs. Potassium is equally essential. It works in direct partnership with sodium through what scientists call the sodium-potassium pump, a molecular machine inside every cell that actively moves water in and waste products out. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 65 with lower potassium intake had measurably worse cardiovascular function, higher rates of muscle weakness, and significantly elevated fatigue scores compared to those who maintained adequate levels. Most adults over 60 are consuming less than 60% of the potassium their bodies require daily. Then there's magnesium, perhaps the most underappreciated mineral in human biology. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body. For hydration specifically, it plays a direct role in aquaporin function, those cellular water channels we discussed earlier. A study from the European Journal of Nutrition found that magnesium supplementation in older adults improved cellular hydration markers by as much as 18% within just 8 weeks. 18%? That is not a small number. That translates to real, measurable improvement in energy, mental clarity, joint comfort, and digestive regularity. And then there is silica, a mineral almost no one talks about, yet one that has been studied extensively in European longevity research for its role in maintaining the structural integrity of blood vessel walls and connective tissue. Healthy blood vessels are critical for hydration delivery. When your vessel walls are supple and strong, blood-carrying water can reach every tissue efficiently. When they're stiff and weakened, which happens progressively after 60 in the absence of silica, circulation slows, delivery becomes uneven, and certain tissues, particularly in the extremities and the brain, begin to experience subtle but chronic underhydration. Beyond minerals, there's another factor that almost no one addresses in conversations about hydration after 60, and that is the role of structured water and trace hydrogen in cellular uptake. Some of the most compelling new research from institutions in Japan and Germany suggests that the molecular structure of water itself, not just its mineral content, affects how readily aging cells absorb it. Hydrogen-rich water and certain mineral-infused preparations have shown in early clinical trials to increase intracellular water retention by as much as 22% compared to plain water consumed under identical conditions. This is genuinely frontier science, but the directional evidence is strong enough that several leading longevity researchers have already incorporated these findings into their clinical practice. What all of this means in practical terms is this: plain water is a transport vehicle, but without the right passengers, minerals, electrolytes, and structural support, it is an empty vehicle moving through your body without delivering anything meaningful. Every glass of plain water you drink without these elements is a missed opportunity to nourish, restore, and protect cells that are working harder than ever just to keep you functioning well each day. Here is what makes this especially urgent, and this is the part most people never hear. The consequences of long-term cellular dehydration after 60 are not just about feeling tired or having dry skin. They are directly connected to some of the most serious health challenges that define aging for millions of people. Chronic cellular dehydration has been linked in peer-reviewed research to accelerated cognitive decline, including elevated risk of conditions that strip memory and independence. It has been directly associated with kidney stone formation, as concentrated, mineral-deficient urine creates the ideal environment for crystallization. It weakens the mucosal lining of the digestive tract, contributing to the bloating, constipation, and discomfort that so many people over 60 simply accept as inevitable. It reduces synovial fluid production in the joints, the natural lubricant that cushions every step you take, leading to pain that feels like arthritis but is in part a hydration problem. And perhaps most alarmingly, it forces the heart to pump thicker, more viscous blood through increasingly rigid vessels, raising the workload on a muscle that has already been working without rest for 6 decades. None of this is inevitable, but none of it will change by simply drinking more plain water. The solution is not complicated, and it does not require expensive prescriptions or dramatic lifestyle changes. It requires a fundamental shift in how you think about hydration and a few simple, consistent adjustments that your body will respond to remarkably quickly. Start by replacing at least 2 of your daily glasses of plain water with a mineralized hydration preparation. This can be as simple as adding a small pinch of high-quality unrefined sea salt, such as Celtic gray salt or Himalayan pink salt, along with a squeeze of fresh lemon, a small amount of raw honey, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar, which is one of the most concentrated natural sources of potassium available. This combination begins to restore the electrolyte environment your cells need to absorb and retain water effectively. Add a quality magnesium supplement in the glycinate or malate form. Both are highly bioavailable and gentle on digestion. Taken in the evening when magnesium's natural calming effect can also support deeper, more restorative sleep. Within 2 to 3 weeks, the research suggests, most people over 60 who implement these changes begin to notice measurable differences. Not subtle shifts, but real ones. More energy by mid-morning, sharper thinking after meals, joints that feel more fluid, digestion that moves more predictably, and a quality of rest at night that makes the next morning feel like a return to something you thought was simply gone. Your body at 60, 65, even 75, it is not broken. It is thirsty in a way that plain water alone can no longer satisfy.